Hi everyone. Today is day 14 of RevenueCat Ship-a-ton challenge, and it means that we have finally covered 2 whole weeks of the challenge of the hackathon. And if I have to be really honest, I did not think that I would make it like 2 weeks of posting every single day and writing an article, something related to my apps. So I am very proud of myself, and we still have almost 30 more days of the challenge, which means now is the time to go all in and double down, because if I can do it for 2 weeks, the next 30 days will be much easier, because now I am in a consistent habit of recording videos and having that pressure that I have to record a video at night, so I have to do something during the day. And but it's ironic that I didn't get to accomplish much today. Monday blues finally caught up to me, and I was busy with the consulting work in the morning, and then I was working on this prototype of, I saw the clouds outside, they were looking beautiful. I wanted to just take my phone and just look at the clouds and get the mesh gradient out of it. So that's what I started doing. But the solution I had was very sensitive, even just with slight millimeter change, the colors were changing at a very rapid pace. So while I still have all the code in the project, I have commented out the camera button for now, but that is a feature that I would eventually want to ship. And with that, I have not worked on any new feature today or even bug fixes. What I was doing mostly was trying to refine every interaction that I have, because as I mentioned, this is a project I want to submit for the RevenueCat Design Award. So I have to make sure that each interaction is delightful. Like the onboarding is much better than I expected. It is delightful, and moving forward, what I wanted was this interaction where when I generate a gradient using meshing AI, especially on a 4x4 grid, the I had a progress view, and when it's loading for 10 seconds, it doesn't not entertain the user. So what I thought of was using the same text renderer effect that I used in the templates before. And so let me just type a prompt like today is a full moon night. So I will just say not dark moon, full moon at in a dark night. It feels like because of all this streaming, I am getting much better at live coding, even though it was just 5 seconds, but it's a start. So let's just generate the gradients. You see this, visualize your idea, crafting with love. Yep. Creating color magic, and we have a gradient. I feel I updated the system prompt recently, and that has kind of deteriorated the gradients that I get, because I have specific instructions that at this point the x value should always be 1, and but it is still not following it. And so I will try to do the same thing, same prompt again. The lines are hard coded. My plan is to add hundreds of them and just make them use a random function. So I would want to use a random function where it does not repeat the same line again. I do not know how to do that. Maybe it's just that you have an array where you just store the lines that have already been shown and just check, but for 100 lines it may get too much. But that's the simplest solution that I can think of. So this gradient is much better, so I can now just play around with it, and yep, this is much better. So as I mentioned, I am focusing on all the interactions. Like when I click on this zoom effect, now when I added these toolbar items, these show, and this is not what I want. Even this layout, I was changing something and I forgot to update it. So they are very small things that I would want to change. And I got a feedback from Yash again. He's my greatest supporter. Thank you, Yash. That what if I have the controls even for a like a bigger screen? So this goes away, but I still have the controls. uh, like this point just remains. The idea is that I can do it on a bigger screen, and that's something that I'm considering. One feature that I am planning to add is custom ratios. Like I have seen that in a lot of mesh gradient generator apps for web, which right now it is like a 1:1. I would want to have 4:3, 16:9, 4:5, 5:7, and everything that I can think of. Not everything, but the most popular ones like 16:9 and 4:3 and 5:7 and 1:1. And with that, let's say what I have. Yash gave me some more feedback on the buttons. I have not been able to finish it off. That's on a priority. And another feature is to add back the artwork that I had. Because so there was another feature that was I was prototyping yesterday, was that I was doom scrolling on X, formerly Twitter, and I saw that there was a beautiful pink sunset out there. So I just hurried to the terrace, and when I went to the terrace, I just took out my phone, took a picture of the sunset, and I was like, what if I could just take a picture? It finds the dominant colors using the dominant effect that I use for the like image generation, and then from there I use the like I put those points from where it got that dominant color, and then the user can like manually change the colors and have that a gradient generated for them. So that's a very cool idea. I know that would be a good hit. So that's something I will want to do. And I'm like thinking of doing a 3 day sprint to nail down the configuration feature, which is like add an option to like favorite. Like let's say I like this gradient, but there's just no way to save it to like come back to it later. So I would add a configuration that can let you favorite it. So a favorite option will come down under the available templates, and then an import feature like someone on Twitter mentioned, like you can add a drag and drop feature, especially for the iPad app. Like I just use iMessage and just drag it to my app when a designer gives the dot meshing file to me, and then similarly I can just export the file back to iMessage. So that's one of the most requested features from designers, and that's something I really want to nail after that I can like prep on shipping the app, because once the development part is done, it's relatively smaller compared to the marketing part, and I really want this app to be in hands of as many designers and general users out there. So with that, that's my plan for this week, and I guess I see you tomorrow for day 15, a new week, and let's see